give us your perspective on this process and the outcome that you got yesterday.
Yes, this is obviously I've heard a lot about the process from guys in the past. Obviously being good friends with Hader, and he'd gone through it with the Brewers. Just kind of knew what to expect going into it. So no surprises as far as that front goes. But just as far as the whole thing on our perspective and our end of it, we just came out is more that we were just kind of disappointed with how it went. The Brewers never really made real attempt to try to come to a deal to avoid a hearing. At least from our perspective, I heard the comments yesterday, but from our end, just never really made that solid attempt to try to avoid a hearing. And even up until the days before, there were some phone calls back and forth, and basically it just came out that we were going to end up going to hearing. I mean, that was kind of how it ended. I think we saw from the deadline day that we were going to end up at a hearing, just with the lack of the attempts to get a deal done. So that's unfortunate that it ended up that way. And then the hearing itself is obviously another story, which we can dig into if you guys want. But it's just one of those things that just at the end of the day, it was just kind of very eye-opening. You learn your true value in the organization. And just kind of at the end of the day, it's disappointing, but you got to get past it. And obviously the focus is playing baseball and going out and do what I can for the teammates and for the fans. Yeah, so I was at the hearing, flew in the night before, had the hearing all day Tuesday, spent Valentine's Day on a plane, got home at 10, 11 o'clock and got to see my wife before she fell asleep. So that was kind of how the Valentine's Day went. So that was fun. But like I say, you kind of find out your true value. You think you work hard for 7 years in the organization and 5 years with the big league team, and you get in there and basically they value you much different than what you thought you contributed to the organization. And it's just it's obviously it's tough to hear, it's tough to take, but they're trying to do what they can to win a hearing. But I think there was obviously other ways that they could have gone about it, and probably been a little more respectful with the way they went about it. But at the end of the day, here we are. They obviously they won it, but when it came down to winning or losing the hearing, it was more than that for me.
Corbin, this is everyone's fear for a player, especially a star player, going to a hearing, that it creates just some, maybe not bad blood, but just some hard feelings that weren't there before. How do you guys repair that?
Yeah, I mean, there's no denying that the relationship is definitely hurt from what perspired over the last couple of weeks. There's really no way getting around that. Obviously, we're professionals, and we're going to go out there and do our job, and I'm going to keep giving what I can every fifth day that I go out there. But when some of the things that are said that for instance, basically put me in the forefront of the reason why we didn't make the postseason last year. That's something that probably doesn't need to be said. We can go about a hearing without having to do that. So that's kind of one of those things that obviously there was no attacking of character, of person of who I was, but just some of the stuff that was said that definitely didn't need to be said is something that I think kind of disappointed everyone.
Can you be more specific about that? I mean, you made every start, you weren't injured, you led the National League in strikeouts. How was it your fault that they didn't make the playoffs?
That's our take from it.
Yeah.
Corbin, how do you just kind of